Welcome to the Come Join the High Life podcast, home of the hustlers, the innovators, the gifted, and the honorable, where we stay high on love, high on impact, high on faith, and high on energy. So if that sounds like you or what you represent, you're definitely in the right place. Welcome to the Come Join the High Life podcast. Welcome to another episode of the Come Join the High Life podcast. I am your host, Mr. High Life Films.
And I am Tramika.
Yes, we in this thing, y'all. We got us a special guest today. We had an episode previously where we talked about how health is wealth, but today we got us an expert. We said we're gonna go get us some backing. You know what I mean? Somebody who know who know a thing or two about a thing or two. Right. So we got us a massage therapist who is the bomb. She happens to be my massage therapist and Miss Tramika's therapist. So she definitely knows what she's doing. She has magical hands. But so her name is Miss Tawni Addison, and we're gonna bring her up and get this thing popping. So let's get it. There she go. How you doing, Miss Tawni? What's going on?
I'm doing great. How are you all doing?
I'm doing great. I love that shirt though. You must be in the Scorpio Lounge.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna have a cigar or two and a glass of vino.
That part.
After the podcast. Nothing wrong with a little vino. It's good for the blood.
Yes. Right. So, Miss Tawni, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Tawni Addison. I live here in Tampa, Florida. I am an entrepreneur, and my business is Divine Massage Therapy and Wellness. It is a massage therapy practice, massage therapy business. I won't say practice because I don't practice. I work. But it is a massage therapy business here in Tampa. I do work part-time at another business just to supplement income. But I love what I do as far as massage therapy. I love the fact that I get to help people overcome injury. My job basically is to help facilitate healing.
And she got them hands, y'all. She put them hands on you. I'm telling you, boy, I'm a witness.
Yes. So tell us, how long have you been doing massage therapist, and what made you get into the industry?
Well, I've been doing massage therapy since I was a teenager, basically, long before I was licensed. It's just something that came natural. When I was younger, I used to go to church with my grandparents, and I used to always hear the pastor say, "We all are given spiritual gifts and talents and things like that, and so we have to use them so we don't lose them." And that never escaped me. So I used it early on, and then I pretty much knew I wanted to be a therapist while I was a teenager. And once, life started happening in my 20s, I was a teen mom, single mom, a teen mom. And then in my 20s, I was married and life started happening and I couldn't go to massage therapy school. But life kind of slowed down. I got divorced. I'm raising my children. And in 2007, January 23rd to be exact, I lost my job. I was laid off. And so, and I was at the height of the recession of 2007-8. And so I decided to go to school. At first I didn't decide to go to school. I was looking for a job. And God had already moved me out of something to put me in place to where I needed to be. But I still wanted that job. And but I was at home watching TV after submitting many resumes, and a commercial came on about massage therapy school. And so I looked into it. And March 13, 2007, I entered school.
And the rest is thank God for that commercial.
A lot of people don't know, what they want to do. Far as like when they're teens, whenever they get into college, they still don't know what they want to do. So for you to know exactly what you wanted to do when you were a teenager, and then you converted back to that as you grew up, that is just amazing.
Yeah, it was one of two things. I either wanted to be a lawyer, well, one of three things: a lawyer, an accountant, or a massage therapist. And so pretty much I have been in the law field. I used to be a legal secretary. So that has kind of helped me in massage therapy with the like speed writing and shorthand. When I go to classes, that's what I use as a means to take notes. Then I come home and I transcribe my notes, and I keep all of my notes.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Miss Tawni knows a thing or two about a thing or two. But I just love how when I go to Miss Tawni, it don't be just, we go in there, get a massage, and then you're out. It's like education. It's like every time I go there, I learn something new, and not only about myself, about life, period. Because we always have good conversations. That's why I love going to Miss Tawni, and that's why I recommend her to everyone, because she cares. Like, she don't just get you in there and just massage on you and get you out of there. She really cares, and she really want to educate you. So how do you feel? How important is the education part of the massaging to you?
The education piece is just as important as the therapy piece, because if you massage someone and you don't give them any information as far as aftercare, they're they don't know what to do with themselves. They don't know what to do when they continue to hurt. And I've heard it and seen it time and time again where people, therapists, do not give education, after, just simple aftercare when they're finished with a person. Sometimes they don't even ask the person during the massage, how is the pressure? That's very important, because
Yes.
if you're giving a person too much pressure, that can cause further injury
And they
and
might not want
cause,
to come back.
exactly, they'll never want to come back. And I've heard many people say that. I've gotten a massage, it was too hard, and I didn't go back. I was hurting too much, and that's not what we want to. That's not what we want to convey to our clients. And when I was working in the doctor's office, my patients, that's not what I want to give them, leave them with.
So how important on the when it comes to like your mind, body, and soul, like how important is massage? Like why do we even need it?
Well, we need massage because the power of touch is healing. Just to hug somebody,
Mm,
you never know what that person is actually going through, and you give them a hug, and it releases these endorphins of feel good endorphins in the body. So, and all of that, you have several endorphins, serotonin, um, and it, these things escape me right now, but it's a lot of different endorphins in our body. And so that stuff is released into the system and it makes the body feel good. Um, Besides that, everyone needs a massage because the body becomes structurally out of alignment each and every day. And
mm,
Wow.
that is because we move around each and every day. We do lifting, we do bending, we're doing a lot with our body. We're
Mhm.
typing, all of we're looking at cell phones, and most of the time people are looking at their cell phone like this. So it's putting a strain on your neck and upper back, like the upper shoulder. And so those things need to be worked out on a I would say on a weekly or bi-weekly basis.
Yes, yes. That was actually going to be my next question. That is a great point right there, in regards to, and I didn't know that our body, far as it restructure. Well, I'm not gonna say it restructured, but what you just said, far as it's different, right? It becomes different and it becomes stiff as well. And we need massage. We need massages so that we could take care of our, and it's a relaxation as well. It's a form of meditation. So yes, 2 weeks,
It is.
every 2 weeks, or at least once a month, at the
mm.
very
It is.
minimum.
And most people will ask me, they'll say, well, Miss Tawni, how often should I get a massage? The very first thing I tell people is according to your budget. I don't want people to be out here over budgeting and not paying a major bill to come get a massage. That's not what we want.
Mm-hmm.
So then from there, I have clients that have come to me once a week. Some have come to me twice during the week. Um, I have most people that come every 2 weeks. Then I have those who come once a month. When they come once a month, that's more of maintenance at that point because they have gotten their bodies to a place where it feels good. Nothing is really, muscularly wrong. They just want to keep up the maintenance of the body. And then the most people I have is those who come when they are injured. They come, they get the work done, and what they ask me is to fix them, and I can't fix them. I
Fix
mean,
me,
like,
please.
yes, I need you to fix me. And it's like, you have to do A, B, and C in order for all of this to work. It has to work together. And so those are the people I see the most. And every time I see them, we're still at square one because they don't come back on a regular
Like, I'm a massage therapist. I'm not a mechanic.
basis. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, yes. So, another question I wanted to ask you. I know you've been doing it for how many years? You say you've been doing it?
I've been licensed since 2008. I got licensed
2008.
in October of 2008. Just a side note for the people
Mm-hmm.
who are watching this and are entrepreneurs and want to go into a field, especially where you have to have some type of testing in order to pass and get your certification. For me, it took me 3 times to pass my massage therapy board exam, the Florida State Board exam. The first time I got kind of close, I got a 269. I still have my scores from when I failed the first 2 times. But in those failures, I achieved success.
Mm.
So the second time I took the test, I got a 291. And that our score to get was 300. So I'm 9 points away. So, I was kind of crushed. But you
Mm-hmm.
know what I did? I took some months off. I cleared my mind.
Mm.
Then I got back at it. And it took me from August 1st to October 22nd. I studied. And it was funny because October 22nd was a Wednesday. And I had gone to see one of my cousins, just stopped at her job. And she was asking me, was I still studying? And I told her, yeah. She said, well, today is your last day. I was like,
Ooh.
child, no, it's not. I'm thinking that in my head. She said, no, you know it all. Take tomorrow off because the 24th, that Friday, was my test. And I'm glad I did what she told me to do because I knew the material. Um, it's just that traditional Chinese medicine, which intimidated me at one time, is now one of my favorites
Mm-hmm.
because I was able to overcome that. So just keep trying. You're gonna get it. You're gonna make it. When it's your turn,
Mm-hmm.
it's your turn.
I
All you
love that.
need is just two people to believe in you, yourself
Ooh,
and then somebody else.
Ooh.
Just to
exactly.
push you. So that is amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Nice.
But yeah, it's I got licensed in 2008, and every year we do continuing education.
Mm.
Every 2 years on the odd year. So this year is my year to do continuing education. Sometime in July, I'll pick me a course to do and get my continuing education out of the way. That's just a part of being licensed. Also paying the renewal fee to the state of Florida. So
Okay.
in total, it's gonna cost me probably maybe about $400 every two
Mm-hmm.
years to keep this certification up, which is well worth it
Mm-hmm.
to do
Shoot, I'm finna give you about 400 because I'm
it.
so just line me up because I'm probably trying to tell y'all, man, Miss Tawni has definitely changed my life. Because as an entrepreneur, we just go, 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 go. We don't really think about, we think about our bodies like she said, when it's broken. Now oh come fixed. Now you want me to get fixed. But what I've learned through Miss Tawni is all about she taught me about stretching. She taught me, I remember I went to Miss Tawni, I was a little heavy. And she gave me some tough love. And she said,
Yes, I
hey, I ain't,
did.
she said it with love, but I felt the message and, I already knew it, but it was just hearing from her. It definitely, it made me, he gave me a wake up call and was like, "That's just why you hurting, because got that big old belly sticking out like you ball on 6 months pregnant." She didn't say that, but
No, but you know what I tell people? I tell people your weight bearing joint should not have a lot of weight distributed in between them or on the joint. So you have your shoulders, those are
Mhm.
weight bearing, your hips, your knees, and your ankles. If you have heaviness in any one of those areas, you're going to have pain. It's going to be some type of pain there because the nerve endings, that branch out from your spine that controls these parts of the body, that weight, that extra weight is uh sitting on those nerve endings and it's making it work.
Definitely, if you are a little overweight and you have some back pains and your joints hurting and all that good stuff,
Yeah.
you might want to just,
It's just funny because even when Miss Tawni started talking, I don't know if y'all see me over here. If y'all can see the video, I know y'all listening, but if you can see, I'm over here like this, and she talking about the shoulders and the hips. I'm like, oh yeah.
I actually met Miss Tawni through you, Mr. Highlight.
Yeah.
I met Miss Tawni, and when I first went to Miss Tawni, I mean, goodness, it was just like it was life changing for me. I don't
First
think
off, y'all birthday twins.
Yes, we
Yes, we
are. Yes, we are. And you know what? That's where we connected even more. I don't know
yes.
how. I think I actually went for my birthday, if I'm not mistaken, or around my birthday time. I don't know how I ended up finding out that we had the same birthday, but anyhow, that was, definitely the connection.
Some
But once
Scorpios in the building.
in the building. But yeah, so when I went to Miss Tawni, it was definitely life changing, and I don't think I went to no other massage therapist after Miss Tawni.
You bet not.
Yeah, I haven't.
Who else
You
gonna
know,
do it like Miss Tawni?
4 years
I
now,
would
actually.
I will tell you all this. I don't compete with any other therapist in Tampa at all. The only person that I compete with is the person that I was yesterday.
I
I
know
want to
that's
be
right.
better. I want to be better than I was yesterday. So I don't compete with anybody. I don't care what other people do. That does not faze me. My sole objective is to help people
Mhm.
when they are in pain. That's my
Mm.
sole objective is to do that.
It's
So I
the
got a question.
Yes.
So what advice would you give to a young man or a young woman that's looking to get into the field to do what you're doing? What, like you said, you took the test 3 times, and the first two they kind of knocked you down. As far as like going back every 2 years to get your certification, like what kind of advice would you give somebody who's even thinking about getting into this field?
Well, the first advice that I'm going to give them is don't go into massage therapy thinking you're going to make a ton of money. That's not the way to go into any career. You want to go into it because you are passionate about helping people. You're passionate about learning the human body. Um, if you go into it for any other reason, it's not going to work. Also, get a mentor. Find someone who is in the field that you can reach out and speak to. I've mentored a couple people in this field. I've also about a month or so ago, I did a phone interview with a young man. He's in sports medicine, studying kinesiology, and he interviewed me, and
Mm.
um, and it was really a neat experience. And I told him, if you ever need any other information, need to interview me again, please reach out. I mean, I'm a pretty, as Ray Dalio has taught us, I'm a pretty radically open-minded person and very
Mhm.
transparent, especially in what I do for a living.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of books, Miss Tawni is a part of our book club, the Higher Learning High Life Book Club, where we get together every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon live, and we read books together. And right now we're reading Principles by Ray Dalio. And when I tell you this book has been a game changer for me and a game
Yes,
changer, I feel like it's been a game changer for all of us, all three of us,
I
because
think it has for all of us, especially for me. It has been a real game changer.
yeah, and I love how, like I said, as you guys can see, I would rather have a massage therapy that not only knows about massage and you know about the Chinese there, you know about some books too. You give me some every time. If it wasn't for Miss Tawni and if it wasn't for True, I would never know about the book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I would have never knew.
Yes.
It was like Miss Tawni. It was so funny because as soon as Miss Tawni told me about it, I didn't introduce you guys. Y'all hadn't known each other yet. Soon as Miss Tawni told me about it, True said, "Hey, I got 2 books. I don't know where they came from. It's called Power of Subconscious Mind. You want to read it together?" I'm like, this is crazy. What's going on? The universe just, so I just love how, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of reading and how you feel about, being around people that read and surrounding yourself. I think that would be more advice to give people that's getting into the field too.
Yes, you have to be a lover of reading, a lover of knowledge, period. Because you're in the field of massage therapy, in any field, basically, in any field of service, you're a forever student. I am forever a student in my field. I'm a master at what I do, but I'm still a student at the same time. You learn that in mastery.
Hey.
And, so we have to. You have to expose yourself to a lot of different reading. For me, if I showed you, well, you all have seen it. One of my little bookshelves is full of books on massage therapy, on aromatherapy, on hot stone therapy, on Reiki, on just all different types
acupuncture. I seen the little pins too.
Yes. Even my book from when I went to school, I still have them. They are intact. A few of them look brand new because I never really had to use them in school, but I've used them outside of school. I use one book a lot. That is, and that's a book we got in school. It's called The Trail Guide to the Body. And that book is like my Bible for massage therapy. When I want to know something, why something is not moving the way it's supposed to, I go right to that book. I take the time to learn and study the muscle so that I know when I'm working on somebody, as for instance today, when I had 4 clients today, each one of them suffered with the same thing. Their shoulders were really tight. So right here is where I work on each one of them. I didn't have to even, all I did was ask them, are you having any pain here? Just one stroke going up. They said yes. So when I came down the shoulder blade, same thing. They're having pain. So it's all of a matter of just unlocking that shoulder blade because sometimes we sit like this, all hunched over at a computer, and we get stuck. Those shoulders get locked. So there are, I give my clients stretches. Yes, we have to sit up straight. We have to mind our posture.
See me?
And those are things that I teach to my clients to be sure to sit up straight. Walk with your head up. When you're using your cell phone, you want to use, and I'm just going to use my case as an example. You want to hold your cell phone eye level. You don't want to ever have it down here because it puts neck strain.
And we always like this. We always, on our phones.
And there is a condition for that too. It's called text neck. You can look it up.
Text neck.
Yes.
Yo, text neck.
So yeah, and I teach my clients 3 important things, 3 important principles for aftercare: hydration, icing, and stretching. And I call that the HIS method.
Nice.
HIS
method. Hydration, icing, and stretching. And I know I done had all 3 of those because of Miss Tawni. Because it was sometimes where I did a little too much and I needed to get some hydration, some icing, and some stretching.
That is a passion as well. I kind of want to go back to that because you mentioned, you have to have a passion for the career. You have to have a passion for, what you're doing. Like you say, you have multiple books on massage therapy. And so I would just advise, if you are an entrepreneur out there, you're looking to get into any industry, whether it's massage therapy, whether it's real estate, whether it's whatever industry that you're looking to get in, make sure that you immerse yourself in books, learn the career, be an avid reader. That is very, very important. And then of course, be a master in your field. And that's how you really going to master and stand out, in your career. So.
And not only just the books in your field, you have to go outside of your field as well. Like the power of your subconscious mind. Without my aunt teaching me about that book and who Dr. Joseph Murphy was and telling me to get the book, I wouldn't know what I know now. Because we tend to speak sometimes in a negative connotation, not purposely, but we may do it. So with that book has taught me to mind what I say. I gotta watch what I say about myself. And also you have to watch what you say about other people as well, what you say about your business. Because those things you bring forth, you bring that to life when you speak it.
So I got a question for you. I'm gonna get a little nosy. I don't know if you can name drop. I don't know if you, but I want to know who is the most famous person, or who's the most famous person you've ever massaged?
Well, I've massaged a number of football players. One.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, tell us about that, about the USF.
Yes, I'll tell you about that. But before we get to that, let me tell you, one of the football players that I massaged, he was really well known in the NFL. I want to say back in the late 80s, 90s. His name was Andre Waters. He
Oh, I
played
know
for the
him.
Philadelphia Eagles. They called him Dirty Water.
Yeah.
And Andre inspired me to go forth with massage. Because we were dating at the time. And he told me, he said, if you go to massage therapy school, I will pay for it. Just whenever you're ready to
I'm
go.
on my way.
And the sad thing is, he passed away before I could go to school.
Wow.
And so he passed away in 2006, and I started school in 2007. And so he really gave me inspiration to go to school. But going back to the sports teams I've worked with, the very first sports team I worked with was Clemson Tigers. That was in January.
The
I think it was
championship.
January. I'm sorry.
Wasn't it like the championship? Was it
Yes,
right
it
before
was
the
for
game?
the national champion. Yes, it was the day before, the Sunday before the game. The national championship was a Monday night, and I want to say it was in February. And we worked on, our office was chosen to work on the Clemson Tigers. We worked on the entire team, not just a few members of the team. We worked on the entire team.
Wow.
And it was an experience. And a lot of those guys from the Clemson Tigers team, the national championship team of 2017, are now playing in the NFL. So I get to see these guys play on Sunday.
Nice. That's
I can, Deshaun Watson, Ray McLeod, and it's some more of them. I know.
And that a Tampa boy right there.
Yes, Ray McLeod is right here from Tampa. And then next I worked with the Penn State Nittany Lions. They came here for the Outback Bowl. I want to say that was 2021. And also the NCAA basketball tournament, I worked with LSU Tigers men's basketball team. And so the last year, I have been fortunate enough to work with the USF Bulls right here in Tampa. I've worked with their football team. I worked with the football team all last year. And I was so proud to see 4 members from the last year's team. 2 of them have gone. They were selected in the NFL draft.
Nice.
And 2 of them were signed to mini camp with one with the Bucks and one, I think he's with the Seattle Seahawks. They were signed to mini camp. So hopefully they'll make it onto the team. But I've also worked with the basketball team last season. the soccer team as well as tennis, men's soccer and men's tennis.
Man, Miss
Y'all
Tawni
been
out here in these
around.
massage streets,
Yeah.
boy. She ain't playing
Sure
with y'all.
is.
Don't play with Miss Tawni. That's what I'm talking about. She out here in these
Yeah.
streets, so you better get with her. But
And
go ahead.
you know, I really love that because with the USF guys, as well as what I told the guys with Clemson and the other teams I've worked with, if you're planning to make this your career, you have to dedicate yourself to getting the proper treatment done. I remember years ago I was on Twitter and I had a chance I was had a chance to watch Carmelita Jeter. She a track star. She was tweeting. She was getting her hair done, and so she was tweeting, but she was answering questions. And I just asked one simple question. Did not think she would respond, but I asked how often, as a professional athlete, how often do you get massage therapy? And she answered, and she said twice a week, 2 to 3 times
Mm,
a week, just depending
mm.
on what it is that she's doing. So I made that known to these young men that you have to, it's imperative for you to take care of your body. It's imperative because you only have one body. That body has to last you the rest of your life. So if you
Woo.
take care of that body now while you're young and in sports, your body will take care of you later when you're out of the sport.
That's right. Y'all hear it, y'all. Make sure that y'all are taking care of y'all body and getting y'all massages.
Yes, for sure. Also, I wanted to ask you,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about the importance of massage and kids?
Very important. Children hurt just like regular, like us grown up. They don't say it. You know, kids will run and jump and play and do everything, and they'll have little aches and pains, but they won't say anything. I will say this. I was fortunate enough to be around my grandchildren from the day they were born up
Mm-hmm.
until now, and they have gotten massage from birth to now. And my grandchildren are now 21, 17, and 15. And the 15-year-old and the 17-year-old both play high school football. They both get massage. Matter of fact, about a week or so ago, they got massage and cupping. That's a technique that's used in massage to help with muscle soreness and circulation and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Nice. Yes, I remember you telling me about, your grandkids. And I actually, when I was pregnant, I was reading up on massage therapy for kids. And when you told me that you massage kids, I said, okay, I'm gonna bring my son to you.
Yep.
So, you had the
Yeah.
opportunity to massage my son as well. And I
He
think
was one of my youngest clients. Him and my two great nephews are my youngest clients. I massaged them. How old was Carlos when I
he was
massaged
like
him? I
3,
want
if
to say
I'm not mistaken.
3.
Yeah.
Yes. And then my two nephews, one was 5 and the other one was 6.
Mm.
So I tell people, parents especially, if you have children in little league sports, be sure you get some type of treatment for their bodies because their little bodies need massage therapy as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring my son because he be acting like he an old man in here. Oh my, he be reaching down. Oh God, daddy. Oh, I'm like, bro, you're only 8 years old, but knowing what I know, from listening to you and hearing those
Mm-hmm.
different, having no different conversations, I definitely would recommend getting your kids a massage on a regular basis. Like you just said, they definitely be hurting, but they don't know how to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you, I have a cousin. She plays volleyball. I want to say my little cousin is 9, no, 10 or 11. She's been getting massage from me for a few years now. I have another young lady, one of my clients' nieces. She just turned 10, I think, 10 or 11. But
Mhm.
I've been massaging her for a couple of years now, and she gets a whole hour massage. She's used to getting massage because she goes with her mother to get massage. So she's very used to getting massage.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you get them on board, that's just like, when you talk about healthy eating. When people say, "Oh, I can't get my kids to eat healthy," well, you can. If you get healthy, if you start eating healthy, the kids don't have a choice because that's what's being cooked. So if your kids are seeing you take care of your body, getting out there walking and things like that, they're gonna want to do the same thing.
When I tell you, I can just see, I'm over here like the you preach it to the choir. I'm over here like amen, because you know me, that was my struggle, you know, and I didn't want to. I ain't gonna say I didn't want to, but when I was going down my journey of you know losing weight and all that stuff, I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna execute in their face, so they always see that. And you know, right now we're doing the 75 hard challenge, so they don't really see, you know, they don't even have the opportunity to see, like you say, they don't have opportunity to see that type of food. They see what we eating. They get in the grilled chicken. They get in the some steak here and there, or some vegetable. We eat I think we ate salad last night, you know, as a family. We ate salad for dinner. So it just, you know, just I call it executing in their face. That's what I call it. And then it's like, so we are their number one influence. We have the most impact on our kids. And sometimes it could be a silent impact. And you know, I just feel, I definitely understand when you say that. So I appreciate that.
And you know,
But
like I was saying earlier about the hydration, the icing, and the stretching.
mhm.
Hydration is very important because 9 times out of 10, most people that come and get a massage, most times they are dehydrated, and dehydration causes muscle soreness. Dehydration causes soreness throughout the entire body. A lot of people love to use heat. They'll put heat on. Heat feels very good, but heat inflames the muscle and tissue, especially like if you have sciatic nerve issues. That heat will inflame that sciatic nerve and make it worse. Stretching. Stretching should be done every day. It's a very easy way to stretch, and it is you do it while you are in bed. You don't even have to be out of the bed to do it. And so it's simply what I do. You know, when I wake up in the morning, what I do is turn on my back and I just kind of stretch out, open my body up, stretch my legs to the bottom of the bed, open the body up, and then I turn on my side. Once I'm on my side, I take the top leg, bring it back as far as I can. And what that does is open up the hips and the pelvic area and the low back. I do that, and I do each of these about 4 to 5 times. These stretches. Turn on the other side, do the same exact thing. Now the body is a little bit more awake. You got some blood flowing. So I turn back onto my back and I stretch it out again. That 4 or 5 times. And from there, I'm ready to sit up and move. So once I sit up, before my feet hit the floor, I take my arms up above my head, out to the side. I can't do it this side because I got this screen here.
Do
And
the
then I take
Jesus
my arms,
pose.
yes, and I take my arms and I hold it. And that you do that about 5 times, and what that does is it's now opening up the chest cavity and your back, so that your breathing is more free. You know your lungs are getting oxygen and things like that.
About how long that usually
So
take you
good.
to do all that stretching?
It take me probably about 5 to maybe 7 minutes. It don't take
Okay.
that long at all. You know, most people say I don't have time to stretch. Yes, you do.
No,
You
because that's what I
certainly
was
do.
saying. You know, we wake up in the morning, we just
Time to go.
And see, that is where we go wrong. And I give people two great examples. If you have a pet, a cat or a dog, or if you have a small child, I'm gonna say under the age 3 and under. When your pet gets up off the floor, the first thing they do is stretch. That dog or that cat
they
stretch out
sure
and they
do.
they do.
They sure
When you
do.
when you look at Animal Planet or any of these nature shows and you see the lions and tigers and stuff out in the wild, the first
Yawning.
thing they yawn and they stretch. That's
Wow.
what it's about. So instinctively, the pets
Mm.
and the babies know to do this stuff. But you know, life starts to happen for us, and we get away from doing the things that we should be doing to help our bodies first thing in the morning, which is stretching. And then you stretch throughout the day. But you know, like I said, we have to get back into it. We got to get back into it. And I
Yeah.
do want to show you all a couple tools that I use for stretching. And I
Okay.
got these Two of them I got as a gift, but I know where to get them from. And this one, these are the first two I have. So they are dice, and on these dice, as you can see, it
Shake
says,
them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them.
15. So what you do, you roll the dice,
Mm-hmm.
and then whatever it lands on, you do it. So like this, 15.
Ooh, I like that one right
jump
there that say
squat.
water break.
Yes, it does have water break on
I
it.
want that one on every roll. Oh, water break.
And,
Oh, water break.
yeah, and this one has one for burpees,
Oh,
tricep,
no blur.
side plank, 30-second side plank, and you do them 2 times, 20 push-ups, and this
Okay.
one has lateral lunges, floor dip, sumo squat.
These some good workouts.
Yes, and mountain climbers.
Mm.
These
Oh Lord,
I got as gifts.
I'm over here like no.
My cousin gave me these as a gift, and I was so grateful that she gave them to me. But I was in Five and Below, one of my favorite stores now, and I found this one, and it has yoga poses.
Ooh.
I must say, the triangle pose,
Oh.
the chest, the cobra pose.
Ooh, that's my favorite one right there. That cobra, boy. That cobra gets you with them hips together.
Now on this one, there is no water break.
Water break.
So,
I'm gonna get the other doctor to just place it right there. Water break.
You have no water break. It has a resting pose though, so you can just rest. But these are tools that are very inexpensive. $5 for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Five Below.
And it makes it fun too, so it don't feel like you're just doing something just to do it. It makes it fun.
Right, and you can do this with the kids. This, especially the yoga poses.
Roll them up, baby. Roll them dice. Y'all want to act up in here? Come on, we're finna get on these dice.
Exactly.
Roll the dice.
So we have a number of ways. I have resistance bands here. I have a kettlebell. I have some hand weights. What else do I have? I have a yoga mat as well. I have rollers. Not a foam roller, but I have a wooden roller. My cup, things of that nature. So when I'm sore, I use these things on myself. I don't use it just on my clients. I use this stuff on myself as well.
You see me, Miss Tawni. You see me. I'm ready.
Foam roller. Hey, that foam roller will help you. And I have hand rollers too. They look just like the palm of your hand. I got those at Five and Below. $5.
We're gonna need a sponsorship from Five Below because this message has been brought to you by Five Below.
Five and Below. My first time going in that store, one of my clients told me about this roller. And I saw it the first time I went in there, but I didn't really pay attention to it. And then afterwards, she told me she'd been using this roller around her knee. And I said, oh, okay. So when I said, can you bring it to your appointment? And she said, yes, she did. And I said, I just saw this in Five and Below. The next day, I was at Five and Below. And kind of wished I wouldn't have went in there because I almost lost my little mind in there.
Okay, it turned into 80 below, 100 below.
So, but that's a great store to pick up anything like this, any kind of health and wellness tools, your Marshalls, your TJ Maxx's, same thing. If you go to that middle section of the store, they have like the exercise equipment. You can get stuff relatively reasonable. I got an ice pack for $12.99. It's a weighted ice pack, and it's pretty good size.
Where mine at? Oh, it's in the freezer. It's in the freezer right now, cooking up.
Yeah, and I have one of those just in case I need it for myself. I might need it for my clients. Sure. I have a couple different ice packs. So those are just tools that I keep here at the house. When I'm working. At the office, we have hot towel caddies and those kind of things. Hot stones. I have 2 hot stone sets now here at the house. So yeah, I love it. I'm about to buy some
Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm about to
Exactly.
buy
Yep.
some more hot stones for my second set because the stones that come with that second set, they look like just round discs. They don't look like the rocks, the
Hmm.
actual like
Like
rock. Those they are round discs and they move a lot easier on the
mm,
skin. It's like I can just move those in the circle, and
yeah.
so they heat up a lot quicker. So it's really easier to use those. So I'm going to be purchasing a bigger set of those just to have with the 8 stones that came with the cooker that I
Mm. Hey, I tell y'all, I cannot have a conversation with Miss Tiny because I'm over here getting chills. I'm thinking about my next massage, how I'm finna set this thing up, what I'm finna ask her, what I need, but I just wanted to I had to get Miss Tanya on here because she's a really good friend of ours, and she's always giving us a wealth of knowledge. We actually were talking about having a little segment where you come on here and just give us some tips all the time. If it's not just once a month or where we have a little segment for Miss Tanya to come on here and give us some tips and tricks of how
Oh,
to
I
take care
wouldn't
of
have no
ourselves.
problem doing that. I
I
wouldn't
know
have
you
a problem
wouldn't.
doing that because, to me, it's important. Um, we do a lot to these bodies each and every day, a whole lot. And I always say we should do things in moderation. I like to drink wine. I drink my wine in moderation. I like to have a cigar. I have my cigars in moderation. I don't have nothing against anybody doing whatever it is they want to do, whether it's eating, how they eat, or anything. Whatever you eat, you can eat it in moderation and still be able to maintain a healthy body.
Yes.
You just have to know what time to eat, how much to eat. We want to do portion control, and you want to eat more smaller meals during the day instead of 3 big meals because
Mm.
your body can't handle digesting that. And also, too, never eat. I mean, never go to bed right after you've eaten a meal because your body is actually not resting. Your body is working. What is supposed to be happening while you're sleeping is that's the time that the body is healing itself. The body cleanses itself, the body detoxes itself. But when we've eaten a meal, let's say you go to bed at 11 o'clock and you just ate at 9, your body is still working to digest the food. And so
So
while you're sleeping, you're not getting rest. You just sleep, so to speak.
what would be an
Mm-hmm.
appropriate time to eat if you go to bed at 11?
I would say no later than 6 o'clock.
6. Okay.
6, maybe 7. Because you want to give your, depending on what you're eating, you want to give your body time to digest it, especially if you're eating meat at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day. You want to give your body time to digest that because meat takes the longest to digest.
Mm.
If anything, you want to have fruits and vegetables, fruit before you go to bed, water before you go to bed, because that water will help clean the body as well.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
That's right.
Yes. So before we get out of here, if someone wanted to get your services or they wanted to contact you and get in touch with you, how could they get in contact with you?
You can get in contact with me a number of ways. I'm on Facebook. You can get in contact with me through my personal Facebook, Tawni A. Addison LMT. You can get in contact with me through the business Facebook, Divine Massage Therapy and Wellness, as well as Instagram, same name. Or you can contact me via my email address, which all of that stuff is on Facebook and things like that. I will respond. I don't take days to respond. I respond pretty much immediate as long as I'm not busy with a client.
Because child, I remember one time I had some kidney stones and I called Miss Tiny probably, it was probably like, I ain't gonna say
It
what
was
time I called her because I don't need
it
nobody
was
calling Miss
late.
Tiny late night. So
It was
it
it
was
was late.
definitely, it was almost the next
But
day. So
but you know what? I was wide
you were
awake
there. You
and
was
I
there.
did not mind answering the question because one of my very dear friends had kidney stones. And the same thing. I was excited. I spent the night at the hospital with him.
Mm,
And when me and him grew up together, childhood friends, he's just like a brother. And he had those kidney stones. And I told you when you told me exactly what was going on with you,
You
I
said
said you
time to
need to
go.
go to the
You need to
hospital.
go.
Have kidney stones.
And I really appreciate that. I feel like it saved my life, actually. But I really enjoyed this. This was good. It was better than I expected. No, I did.
I
I already
enjoyed
knew.
it also.
I already knew Miss Tiny was gonna come with that heat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I've learned from this episode that you are your number one investment. So
Yes.
don't take your body like you only get one body, like she said. You only get one body, so invest in it. Get that massage, drink your water, practice that HIS, the hydration, the icing, and the stretching. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you get your kids massage. Make sure you do it on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. You feel me? So I really appreciate you for coming and having a talk with us, Miss Tiny. I
Not a problem.
I guarantee you the people are gonna love this episode and they're gonna be hitting us up saying, bring Miss Tiny back, bring her back. So we
Well,
definitely gonna set that
also
up.
I want to say too, in closing, we have to always be reminded, and I have to remind myself of this. We cannot pour from an empty vessel. Meaning, your body has to be full so that you can give. If you're not able to give, like for your children, to take care of them, you have to be full. You can't give to them when you're sick. And what if you were a single parent, just the one parent in the household, and something happened, you down, the kids is out of gas pretty much. So we have to make sure we keep our bodies uh rested and rejuvenated at all times, and we have to find ways to work on that mind, body, soul, and spirit connection to keep
Yes.
ourselves in a healthy state.
You cannot pour from an empty cup. Love it.
Yes. And with that being said, I don't know how you can end the episode better than that. This has been another great episode of the Come Join the HIGHLIFE podcast. I am your host, Mr. HIGHLIFE Films.
And I am your co-host, Tramika.
So I ask that you guys please don't forget to put some respect on your mind.
Hey.
Come join the HIGHLIFE, baby. We out.